Hey everybody, this is Jason Rodriguez with the Extreme Real Estate Challenge. Yes! We are almost at the end. I'm doing this video so that we could break down exactly what happened in these last 2 weeks because I've got to connect the dots for you. So first, I'm gonna keep this one groovy. Say groovy. I know I'm being silly. I'm silly because I'm happy. It's almost done. We're at the end. But here's where we're at. So we started off the whole challenge, and the challenge was to turn $100 into $10,000 cash in a 2-week period of time. All right. So what we did is we started off by just identifying what kind of property we were going to buy. So you could, because there's a lot of different things. You could do short sales, you can do rehabs, you can do, buy a house and try to wholesale it. I chose that I wanted to buy a property by taking over the mortgage and then selling it via owner financing. Why? Because I felt that it was the fastest and the easiest way to get a big check quick by a larger pool of people. Okay? So that's why I started off being very strategic on knowing exactly the way that I wanted to buy and also the way that I wanted to sell. Inside of there. Then from there, what we did is I went on to MLS. I went to go get statistics of where are the deals, what's the proper price point. And from there, I went to the Board of Realtors to get stats. I also checked on the internet and looked for local stats. So we knew within just a few hours of what were the top zip codes. Like over here, 327, that's Orlando. 27265 is the #1 zip code right here in High Point, North Carolina. Then we also saw 27410 was another top zip code. 27405 was also another one. Sorry, that was 2 weeks ago. I didn't have to think about it anymore, but I definitely know them. So those were the top 4 zip codes. Inside those zip codes, the price points were between $170,000 and $250,000. That was the highest density of properties that was sold in the entire market out here. We knew that there was a lot of buyers there, and we wanted to make sure that we were in front of those buyers. We also wanted to know that when we bought so now we're starting to connect the dots. We want owner financing houses. We want houses that someone would owner finance us on in those zip codes. Why? Because we're going to be able to sell to the most amount of people that are interested. That was the hottest zip code. They're the most interested in there. So from there, what we started to do, all kinds of free marketing to buy, such as Craigslist, a lot of networking, a lot of, when I said networking with realtors, other investors, just anybody that was out there. Some of the things that we also did, we did Facebook and Twitters. So when we were talking to people, we were telling them, hey, look, we're looking for the Facebook and Twitters from the local investors and the local realtors. We really started spreading it out very, very quickly. We did the newspapers. We did all the online stuff that were right there. We did a search on Google, and we kept on seeing this other investor's name pop up. And what I started to notice is that investor had some really good deals. We saw a bunch of them, but this one kept on popping up. So I got to give a shout out to them. They did a fantastic job in letting the world know that they had really, really good deals. So all we did is we started calling everyone very quickly. And I'm telling you, we were like focused. Say focused, focused, focused on making this happen. So we started calling. And in the calling process, as I was mentoring Tori through this whole process, I was telling you, got to build rapport with people. This is a people business. If you are boring, can I buy your house, please? Not gonna work. So I started, we started talking to the other investors and got them excited about what we were looking to do, what we were looking to buy. We were serious players, and just under 5 hours, we found our first house. That first house went really fast, and we were like so sad. Then, and just a few minutes after that, we got another good deal. We made sure that that second deal, we locked it down immediately. That was in less than 5 hours of actually getting started on day 1. Now I'm going to tell you, I had another agenda because I wanted to make sure that this wasn't just about the Extreme Real Estate Challenge and that Tori made $10,000. I really wanted to put legs in Tori's business. Legs meaning that he had a real business that he can go out there and make consistent money. My secret was I wanted to make sure that Tori's business could generate over $100,000. And we'll see how that actually showed up a little later. I'll talk about that. So we built rapport with a lot of the investors. We went to the local investors club. We did all the basic things to buy the house for free. It cost us nothing at all. And in a short period of time, we got that first house. Once we got the first house, we were still looking for other houses. And then we kept on. But we needed to start the selling process. See, because I already knew the selling process. This is what I knew. I knew, okay, Jason, you have to drive a lot of traffic to that house. You got to drive a lot of traffic to that house so that you are able to be able to get the $10,000 in a short period of time. Which I know a lot of you are like, oh, it's not going to happen. I tell you up front, we are going to get a check. Because I knew my game plan. I knew it. We've done it over and over and over. I've trained students all over the country to get checks. Just like I'm training you. Just like Tori's getting a check. Multiple checks. Yay. So we went from there. We started doing a lot. We had to start setting up the marketing. But wait a minute. We hit a dilemma. We hit a dilemma. We needed some marketing money to sell. And I'm going to tell you, the last thing I wanted to do was to come to a city that I've never been to before in my whole life and figure out how to get private money in like that fast, like literally a day or two. When I realized that, I'm like, okay, Jason, you better figure something out because everybody's watching. And we came up with a really good game plan because we needed a lot of marketing power to drive that traffic. And when I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? A round robin bidding process is absolutely something phenomenal. I'm going to talk to you a lot more about that at a later video. And that's why you definitely got to come to our live training because in there, that's when we go in depth on how is it that Tori and I were able to drive so much traffic. I mean, it was insane. Anyways, so I knew that we needed to drive a lot of traffic. Now, we did a lot of free marketing. We did a lot of free marketing to drive traffic to come to this house. And it worked really well. We also, though, we needed some marketing money. Inside there, we were looking for $5,000 from a private lender. We didn't get $5,000. So, we didn't get the $5,000. What we got probably between like $1,500 and $1,800, something, actually we got $1,800 is what we actually did get. I didn't, let me take that back. I didn't get the private money. I mentored Tori so that Tori could go get it. So it didn't come from me, it didn't come from any place that I know. I didn't even know where it came from. Tori got the private money. So big ups, Mr. Tori. You got the private money. Hey! So inside there we got private money, which once again, I had never been to High Point. I don't know anybody out here. So we got that private money. Then let's move on forward. We figured, okay, now we got the private money. We got to best use this private money, treat it like gold, and make sure that we expand it as far as we could to get the most amount of traffic. I was thinking I wanted to get 100 to 150 people to that house because just based on pure numbers and ratios, we knew that if we get more people to the house in a very short period of time, at like, let's say 150 people, that 10-20% of them would be able to play ball and would want this house. Especially our house was beautiful. It was in the right zip code because we did our homework. We were selling it via owner financing, and we bought it via owner financing. So we knew that we had something really, really good.